Kusama is a Japanese artist who is sometimes called the Princess of Polka Dots. Today you're going to create your own self-portrait inspired by her use of polka dots. You're going to need a white sheet of paper, a pencil for drawing, crayons, and if you have it, a watercolor set or any kind of paint that you prefer, brushes, and a cup of water. To begin, I want you to fold the paper in half 2 times, once lengthwise and then up in half. This will divide your paper into 4 squares that will help give your portrait more self-proportions. Next, using your pencil, I'm going to start towards the middle and sketch my nose, eyebrows, eyes, eyelids, eyeballs, your mouth, head, hair, pupils, neck, shoulders, and the rest of the details that you want. Next, I'm going to add polka dots to the background. Kusama in all of her works had polka dots on everything, hence why she's called the Princess of Dots, and I'd like to see how you incorporate dots in your portrait. They can be big, they can be small, they can be in a pattern, or they can be random. It's up to you. Next, using my crayons, I'm going to outline some areas. Kusama also is known for her bright red hair, so I'm giving myself pinkish red hair. Feel free to change the color of your hair. This is a fun way to express how you would want to see yourself. I'm not worried about coloring everything in right now, as I'm going to save that area for painting. If you do not have watercolor paints, I would prefer that you fill everything in with crayons or markers. But if you have paint, leave the hard work for the paintbrush. I'm filling my polka dots using one color. This is to create unity in my background. Kusama often uses warm colors such as oranges, reds, and yellows, so I stuck with orange for my dots and yellow for my background. Think about how your colors relate to each other. I'm not worried about coloring in everything perfect, as I'm going to fill it in with watercolor paints. As I work in my shirt, I want to stick with one color as well. I'm giving myself some purple lips too. Why not? Let's have fun and experiment with color. Next, I'm going to use a skin color crayon to fill in my face, since I don't have a skin color watercolor. I'm really going to thoroughly color it in and try not to leave any white spots. I work in one direction with my crayon and then I go in the opposite direction to help fill in those spots. What I'd like you guys to do is pick a darker color skin color and work on shading. Shadows go wherever there's a larger shape in front of another. For example, my chin, my nose, and around the sides of my face. The darker the skin color you have, the darker the shading will be. When you're done shading, and if you have paints, now's a great time to work on that. Start with your biggest area and then go smaller and smaller. As you paint, don't worry about going on top of your crayons, as your crayons are made of wax and they will resist the water. As you paint, try not to paint in one area for too long, as you may get a hole in your paper. If you want to go back and redarken something, wait till it dries and then paint back over it. You also don't want to paint when 2 things are next to each other. When 2 wet colors are next to each other, they will mix. For example, I'm painting my background yellow, but I'm not going to paint the orange dots until the yellow background has dried. Depending on the type of white paper you use, for example, I used computer paper, which is a very thin white sheet of paper. I know that I can't apply too much water to it or it will rip. If you are using a stronger, more durable art paper, you can go back and repaint things more. It just depends on the quality and thickness of paper that you're using. Again, watercolors are not necessary for this step. You can fill it in using any type of media that you have at home. Pastels, crayons, markers. Some of you may even have tempera paint. Now's a good time to try those out. As you can see, I'm going back over with some red paint to darken some of my areas. See how much darker it looks? Patience matters, so we've got to wait for it to dry first. Don't forget some facial details. When you're done, you may want to use a darker color crayon and highlight and outline some things. You could also outline using a Sharpie or a black marker if you have it. This is just to add some final details and steps. When you're done, don't forget to sign your name at the bottom, take a picture of your art, send it to me, or upload it on Schoology.